So before I left school, so literally from when I started Heritage, I was in all different leadership roles with my PE teachers and PE staff. We went to all over the district doing different activities and things like that and leadership skills. So I was doing some sports with our sports partnership team that we are with here. And we was doing different events at Mount St Mary's, sometimes here, sometimes at our school, sometimes at different schools. And then from there it just progressed to me doing more leadership, and then when I left school at Heritage I heard about this job and then I went from there. So I did sport casual BTEC level 3 in sports and science. That helped me with this job because then it helped find all the different outcomes of sports as well, apart from being an activity leader, but all how athletes work or things like that, or behind the scenes of nutrition, diet, what athletes need day to day or as they do in their day-to-day life, as well as on the track or field. But now I'm at uni, so now I'm doing sports management, and that definitely helps me here because it's a completely different look at sport. But yes, straight from Heritage, it was literally in sport.
The day-to-day role that you do here in terms of your sports leadership, presumably you touch on a lot of those different layers.
Yeah, definitely. So me being an activity leader, so we obviously have the kids club as we've got on today. So obviously we're coaching, seeing all ages ranges from 5 to 13-year-olds, and then we do also the over 50s. So we get to look at how over 50s are in their day-to-day life and what their needs are. And then obviously when it comes to the younger kids, they obviously have different needs to the adults. So it completely helps me when I did college in my uni degree. You see all different aspects, and it definitely helped.
What is the appeal? Why did you want to get into this in the first place?
As a kid, I've always been outgoing, always been on the go. I'd never ever stopped running, so I was always running outside my house or at a park. I was never walking. So literally from then I was always in sport. I did football, netball, basketball, horse riding. What else did I do? Swimming, anything else you could think of I did. Always did it from a kid, and then I stopped obviously when I got to college because there was a lot going on, but at that time I was, like I say, always on the go, and then when I got this job it just helped me actually be in sport more. And obviously I am trying to do a new basketball team at uni, so I'm back on it again. But yeah, definitely I've always been on the go. As an activity leader you always need to be on the go. You can't not be, and even if you have bad days and things, you can't not just be, oh, that's it. You've got to be always on the go and always alert. For skills wise, I would say communication is definitely key, because you need to be on each person's level. So with the kids, they need to be on a certain level compared to the adults. I would also say eye contact, next to communication wise, definitely speaking. If you can't be on each other's level, then it won't work. So I would say definitely communication is key for this type of job.
And presumably there's a fair amount of work that goes in behind the scenes as well before the kids and the adults even arrive.
Absolutely, yeah. So every morning before we start, we always come in early to have a meeting to say what needs to be done, what type of kids we have in, or what we're going to be doing roles wise, or if we've got assistants with us, or if we're a leader, or if we've got to go somewhere, or what the plan is for the day in fact. So if we've got a certain plan, if we've got to do something and something's closed, or we've got this timetable that we've got to work off, everything's got to be put in place and organised before we even start, otherwise it won't work. We obviously have all different type of kids in, so in all different ages, so we need to go off what some ages can do and what they can't do. So we need to make sure that everybody joins in at one time, and make sure all the games are able for all the kids to join in on. So obviously they go swimming as well, so we need to make sure that we're on time with the swimming rota for the aquafuns and aquafun flume sessions. So we need to make sure that their timetable's on, make sure the kids that are going have had their dinner before they go swimming, or if they've had a snack, or if they've had a game and then they go in, make sure they get changed on time, make sure they come back on time. Yeah, just make sure everything is in order and planned and organised.
What would you say to someone who perhaps wants to get involved into this kind of thing, or where would they start, or how do they get going with it?
I would say to become an activity assistant, and then you'd work with, one of me as a leader, and then you can work yourself up from that. So we'd take you out to the activity, and then you'd see what we do. Organise things, put things together, make sure all the equipment's there, put it out, make sure it's all set up, and then just work yourself up from there. So from there you'd be an activity leader, then you can work yourself up to a coach, and then even further up the spectrum if you wanted to. But yeah, it's definitely something to get into, I would say, because it is a really good job, and it's not just in sport, but in general, being an activity assistant or even a leader or even a coach. There's so much going on. It's not even just about sport, it's about communicating with other people or working with different age ranges that I wouldn't even have thought I'd work with. So absolutely, I would definitely say it is something to get into.